What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? Top of the day to y'all. So I am going to show you guys how to build a fire today out of some household items. This is Survival Brother, and we do things by the urban way. You know what I'm saying? The way that we can find things and then bring it with us. If we have some trouble out while we out trying to have a good time, then we know how to maneuver when that happens. All right, let's do it.
All right, everybody. So when you guys are out and about and having some issues, we want to pay attention to fire safety, because fire safety is everything. So right now I'm creating a fire pit, and this is what you should always do before building a fire. If you're on some type of soft landscape, if the land is hard, you always make a rock barrier, and that just means laying rocks in a circle around wherever you want to put your fire. Right now, I'm just initially patting down the dirt, making sure the dirt is packed enough not to fall on my fire and put it out. So there's the pit, about 2 feet underground, so there's no way the fire can travel unless I'm careless and not watching the sparks if it's super windy. I'm showing you those 2 sticks will work great as a spindle. That's something I'll show you guys how to use in another video. Now I'm finding small sticks, which is going to act as my kindling. It's what you use before your big logs. You're going to make sure you're grabbing all dry twigs. You can bend them to make sure they break. Like that. If they only bend, don't use it. It'll just put moisture in your fire and make it very tough to light. Basically, you see, as long as the twigs crack like that, you're open for business. So right now I'm making a grate, or a cabin, some people call it. It's so that my fire can have enough oxygen to burn, but still be controlled enough to burn down and not up. Because you don't want your fire burning on top of the land or anything dangerous like that. We keep it safe and legalistic around here regarding fires, because this is real dry land. Had to let y'all hear that one. So now I'm just putting together all the small twigs and sticks I gathered earlier, and here's a close-up of that grate or the cabin. This is where those twigs I've been come in handy. Now I'm laying all the twigs and the sticks I found on top of the grate so I can finally light it. Just making sure I grab every little dry piece around. Make sure you do that as well, then kind of pack it down, push it down. And now I'll show you what we will use from our picnic. If we were out with our families or our friends or anything and we might have went a little too far. Stuff like that happens all the time.
But you might have some chips with you. Most likely will have a lighter with you. Don't mind the lighter. This is my lady's lighter. But you most likely gonna have a lighter with you, right? Towels with you, because obviously you got.
So now I'm gonna show you guys our picnic chips. Those ruffles I showed you guys earlier is gonna act as our tinder bundle, and it's usually with the tinder bundle you want to have something like dry leaves or dry bark from trees, you know, stuff like that. Just real dry fibers will do it. But in this case, the Survival Brothers case, we're using what we might have brought with us when we got stranded. So remember, we got the chips, the lighter, the paper towel. You're gonna twist that paper towel so it looks like a rocket. That's what I'm doing right there. Once you have the paper rocket, go ahead and light the tip of that sucker with the lighter or matches if you got them. Now I'm gonna set the paper towel down on top of the sticks and twigs, and then put the chips on top of the paper towel, almost like a fort or a teepee. Now what's going to happen is the fat from the chips is going to drop down on top of all the grates. Once that happens, the fire will just kind of work itself down and spread that way. So right here, you're watching the paper towel and the chips burn together. with the fat dripping and all that good stuff. Now, when you have the regular tinder bundle, you need a good size tinder bundle because it'll start kind of catching fire quickly. And then that's when you want to add your thicker pieces of wood so you can keep your fire going for a while. That's what I'm doing right now. In this case, I'm just using small pieces of logs that I found and kind of broke down. But in a survival situation, all right, you want the thickest, driest logs you can find so you can stay warm for a very long time. Because it might be raining, it might be cold, it might be snowing where you're at. So you have to make sure you grab the driest, like thickest logs you can find to stay warm for a long time. If you want, this can be a reminder to you to bring firewood along with you when you go out to camp or picnic in a remote area. Not always, right? But if you're going somewhere in a remote area, might not have phone service, something of that nature, you might just want to bring you some $5 firewood. You know, it'll save you a lot of grief, okay? Because this will actually ensure that you have something to burn when you do make a fire. Or you can always just source it from wherever you are, like I do. But you just want to make sure you're prepared, okay? Just try to make sure you use trees that are already broken down and kind of been sitting for a while. But you don't want wood with any wood rods, and you want to make sure that if it has any caked on like mud, you kind of get the caked on mud off.
Household picnic items. You ever trying to get down there, great. But yeah, if you ever have some survival issues or something, there you go. Now you can use a plethora of things, but I just showed y'all what you probably would have all the way. Oh, let me back this up again a little bit. But yeah, so there you go. Nice fire for you.
You might not have a shovel with you like I have. I would recommend you always kind of keep one, or one of those little garden shovel things. But if you don't end up having one, you could just use something like a bottle or something like that. You understand?
Just use a bottle and dig. So right now it's the fire is getting down to my grates. That's what I wanted. And yeah, there you have it. Nice big fire, and then you just keep feeding the flame with dry sticks. Don't feed it with wet sticks, because obviously it's not gonna burn as well. Probably won't burn for you at all. Probably would just mess up your fire. But yeah, this will definitely keep you nice and warm. That's how you make a fire out of some household things. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm probably gonna make me a little breakfast, and then I'll maybe start on the shelter. We got some big storms coming up soon, so I was thinking about just waiting until the storms. Woof, that smoke. I was thinking about waiting until that storm passes by, so we can get some real good footage. Cause we don't want to make the shelter right now and then have it get all rained on. I would like to test it like that, but not right now. So all right, thanks for tuning in.
Feed your body with the love. Don't know what you're waiting for. Come on in and just explore. Take your soul to the shore. Feed your body with the love. Don't know what you're waiting for. Come on in and just explore. Take your soul to the shore.